It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks on Monday Night Prime Time.
It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And away we go from Lumen Field. Here's Steven Sims with the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on his return. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
Play action on first down. Flushed out of the puck. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, we're one snap in, and already this defense has potentially killed this opening drive. And remember how valuable every possession is in the NFL. Talk about setting an immediate tone by this defense.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Bails out of the puck. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Throwing here, Darnold. Caught for big yards on the right side. At the 20. There it is, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead right away. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Coming left is Tracy. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
From the 45 on 2nd down. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that makes it 3rd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. He completes it in traffic. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 36. Connects with Johnson. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down. Here's Russ. Pass caught. 9-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26, and that gives them 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Tracy has the New York touchdown. The Giants finish off their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Gano ends the point after. And the Giants respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. personnel ready to send this away. Sims now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks taking the field for their second possession. In that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. To throw, here's Darnold. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Bobby Okereke making that stop. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Walker gets the 1st and more. And he gets this down to the 38. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Darnold. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Toss play. This is Walker. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Darnold. Catch is made in close. It's a Seattle touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A handoff to Tracy. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Tracy once more. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They have it 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Wilson. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Takes it in at the 21. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. The Seahawks and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. This one returned for 11 yards. And it'll be Seahawks football. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. Taken in by Noah Fant. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They go play action on 1st. Gets everything he has under this throw. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
This is Walker on 2nd. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Devon Holland there to make the stop. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He lets a heater go deep. Brought in inside the 20. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks take a 13-point lead. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks double their lead to 14. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Wilson now from the gun. Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Russ setting to throw. He's got him. That's Tracy. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Jamie Gillen on now to punt. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. Let's see what he can do on the return. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Seahawks and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Walker now from the gun. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tyler Nubin with the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Brian Dable has that challenge flag pulled. He wants to take another look at this. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. A give up the gut to Walker. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Buying some time right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent.
Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. It's a pickup of 11. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Walker on first down. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Seahawks with a chance to boost their lead. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Here's Darnold to throw. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks stretch their lead to 21. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now here comes the New York offense. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Misfire there, couldn't connect.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He fields this at the 18. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. The Seahawks headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. They've got 1st down from the 31. Darnold now to throw. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Here's Darnold. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Darnold looking to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Giants football. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. First down, here's Russ. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down throw from Wilson. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Russ is cooking again. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Working quickly here. Wilson to throw again. He finds Slayton. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Graham Gano and the Giants field goal unit out. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. We will not get another play here, Brock. That's to an E. Time's going to run out on the half. We've reached halftime from Seattle. It's the Seahawks leading in front of the home crowd. Now from the extreme northwest to the extreme southeast, we're going to head down to Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report with our buddy, Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told. And he's likely not done yet.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Giants offense with the football. They'll get it first in this second half. And that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
They go right back to Tracy. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
To the air, 3rd and long. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Okay, that's one of those situations where it's just a double whammy. Number one, you can't afford to give up a possession and waste a possession like that. And number two, to do it so quickly. A 3 and out in that situation. And really, listen, if there is a path to a comeback, and that's a big if right now, it's going to take sustained drives, and a 3 and out just devastating on that possession.
The Giants are set to punt. And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now an inside give to Walker. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
This defense may have been headed the wrong way initially on that counter run, but they never lost contain. As that play shifted back, they flowed with it and caught him before he could break it up the sideline.
Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. Throwing here, Darnold. Walker hauls it in. Hits some space around midfield. And he crosses midfield before going out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. It's Walker on the option. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Micah McFadden able to make the play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Man in motion out of the slot. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pass complete to Walker. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage too.
And the Giants going nickel, 3rd down coming. Now Darnold. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
1st and 10 now from the 30. On the carry, it's Walker. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by Paulson Adebo.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running with Walker again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Myers' kick is good. And that stretches the lead to 21.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Play action, it's Wilson. Gets this to Slayton. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Running back sent in motion. Wilson on 1st and 10. Connects with Slayton. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
From the gun, it's Tracy. He still has room inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 27. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Wilson with it on first. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Trying the right side with Tracy. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. This is going to go as a pickup of 4, second and goal coming up.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Robinson in motion right. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he's in for the touchdown. The Giants shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Well, partner, with the increased focus on receivers now in the ground game, the jet sweep, it's a weapon all 32 teams and coaches have to rely on for offense. And for the good ones, it can be a lucrative play to have ready, too.
Yeah, lucrative on the scoreboard, certainly, Kate. And don't forget about lucrative for the wallet, too. Next time his agent's at the negotiating table, he's going to be sure to bring plays up like that one and mention the value he could bring beyond the work of just catching the football.
Gano's point after is good. And the Giants get it back to a 14-point game. Gano ready to send this away. Sims now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous, right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the 32. Connects with feint. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the fourth. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Running is Walker. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Different variety in the NFL. I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Staying with Walker. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. To throw, here's Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of sand, Kate, and realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. He fields it cleanly. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. Nice moves on the return. He gets 17 out of it. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Wilson now, 1st and 10. Neighbors with the catch. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down, here's Russ. Fits it through the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They're now set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, New York! The Giants now within 1 score in the 4th. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
So now a big moment for the Giants as they line up for two. Wilson's throwing for it. He's on the move. And he'll get into the end zone and make this a one-score game in the fourth quarter. Ooh, you could feel the greater sense of urgency from him there, Brock. Trailing on the scoreboard, and he took the initiative to convert that two-point try.
Yeah, you always need your quarterback to be able to manufacture points, but especially when you're down. He's got the license to improvise anytime. And what a confidence builder to everyone around him when your QB can make something out of nothing.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Sims now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now Walker. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. The give now to Walker. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They'll send out the punting unit. Michael Dixon will kick it away. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. The Giants offense all set to get started. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. It's caught right side by Johnson. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Russ now from the gun. Gets this to Johnson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Taken in by Bellinger. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Russ is cooking again. Oh, the football's loose. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
The Seahawks offense running out now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Play action on first down. On target to Valdez-Scantling. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Walker running right. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Third down, 1 yard to go. They go with Walker here. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. First down, ball at the 36. They motion the tight end over. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. A give up the gut to Walker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That's a pickup of 9. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. The Seahawks in a victory formation as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So several thousand 12th men and women cheering as the Seahawks win at home. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both?
All of us. Indeed, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.